Okay, I was all greeting you guys. It's still loading. Greetings, Divine Radiance. How are you today? Welcome. I am Nahkila Isha of Ashworth Life Sculpting. I am a divine interpreter, interpreting messages and methods from the divine that empower you to create and live an abundant life. So I realized that there's Wi-Fi in my clubhouse. So I am here at the clubhouse doing our Wednesday Live Empower Hour today. So if you hear background music or background talking, it's because I am in the clubhouse. So I see Alatha is first. Welcome, welcome. So excited. Hi, Diamond. Good morning. Good morning. So Alatha, since you were first, you will be the one to get the personal card read. Let's see what y'all are saying. Alatha said, I'm good, a little sleepy. I was out late. I went to a funeral and ended up helping with the repast. Got home late. Well, I'm sending so much love and light for whomever passed and their family, that their soul is transitioning in a peaceful state and that they have accomplished all they came here to accomplish and that they will have an even better experience the next go round. So, hi, Rachel. Hi, my beautiful aunt. Welcome. Let's see. Diamond said, I'm great, ready to go home, but great. How are you? I'm actually really good. I'm really, really good. I'm so grateful that we're able to actually stream live. I love the lighting in here and happy that it's not another recorded Empower Hour. Hi, Mom. Good morning. Rachel, we've been missing you over in REM. Where have you been? How have you been? And I'd like to say happy birthday again to Danielle, my beautiful cousin. She's also our soul in our soul family over in REM. So when you all have an opportunity, shout her out a happy birthday. Alatha, you'll have to come through with the tea message because there's no message on today's tea. So let's see. I'm going to go ahead and start with you, Alatha, and pull your personal card. And let me know if you guys can hear me okay. Which deck for Alatha? Okay. So let's see what your message is. Hi, Lawander. Welcome. Welcome. Thank you for being here. And if you all are anticipating that this Wednesday Live Empower Hour is going to touch you in any way, while I'm shuffling for Alatha, go ahead and give the video a thumbs up. Just go ahead and set the intention that your soul is going to receive what you came here to receive and give it a thumbs up. So Alatha, you got crossing bridges. Crossing bridges. And what it says is it's time for healing, connecting, mending, and releasing. Okay, so what I'm hearing is time for you to take action and move. You're at a bit of a crossroads now where your soul, I'm hearing, is ready to extend. Now, I was checking to make sure it wasn't expand, but it's extend. Your soul is ready to extend. So what that means is definitely ready to elevate to the next level, but also ready to begin serving in a much deeper way. Yes, you serve within the soul family, but now you're being called to start actually serving those that you came here to serve. So whatever is stopping you from doing that, from moving into that space, Spirit is saying it's time to remove that debris, brush away the clutter, and it's time for you to really be in that action space of serving others. You're ready. Now, there was a time where we couldn't see you on your lives. There was a time where I'm just hearing you weren't as sure or comfortable or even confident, right? And Spirit is saying that has grown. You've built that up. And so now it's time for you to move according to the new version of you. And it's not even new. It's like the old version of you that's gotten rid of the version of you that was the false version of you. Okay. So this is who you are on soul level, but now it's time for you to spread those wings and actually get out there and start serving much deeper. I'm hearing you're doing good though. You're really helping Tia Lynn, like you're having a really strong impact on her. And she's just an example of one of many. Okay, so that is your personal card today, Alatha. Let me know how that resonates with you. And thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see. Okay, so Alicia, your name is Alicia or is it pronounced Alicia? I believe it's Alicia, but let me know. I'm excited you're here too. Alicia is joining us from Hawaii, you guys. So, well, you know what? Let's go ahead and get started on our breathing. We're just going to, so Alicia. Awesome. Okay. I thought so, Alicia. Before I was asking Tracy, is it Alicia or Alicia? She said it's Alicia, I believe. So I was like, okay, it's Alicia. So great. Alicia. Pretty, pretty. Okay, so let's get started on our breathing. For those of you that are joining for the first time, welcome. We do this every Wednesday at 10:30 a.m. Pacific time. And what we do is we just do a quick grounding and breathing exercise to get you at a peaceful calm to open you up to receive. So go ahead and close your eyes. And as your eyes are closed, I'd like you to take some slow, deep breaths in through your nose. Visualize and feel yourself breathing in love and light. And then exhale slow and deep out through your mouth. Allow yourself to release all that's no longer serving you with every exhale. Now, if there's something specific that you're choosing to release, then focus on that with your exhale, okay? And while you're doing that, I will be sending you Reiki to your heart chakra and your solar plexus. But Reiki is very intelligent energy, so it will definitely flow wherever your body, your mind, your heart, and your spirit calls for it to do so, okay? So go ahead and inhale slow and deep, love and light. And release, exhaling slowly out your mouth. And again, inhale love and light. And release. And as you continue to breathe in love and light with every inhale and breathe out all that's no longer serving you with every exhale, I call on highest light guides, angels, ancestors, healers, teachers, wise ones, and ascended masters, all of highest light and love. I thank you for using me as a vessel of highest light and love. I thank you for using me to deliver this message. And I thank you for opening the hearts, the minds, and the souls of those I'm called to serve today. I thank you, and so it is. So just go ahead and continue breathing in slow and deep through your nose, love and light, and releasing out through your mouth. And allow your shoulders to just drop and relax, releasing all the tension that you may be carrying in your shoulders and anywhere else in your body. And as you continue to breathe, allow your crown chakra located at the top of your head to open, opening your crown chakra now. And just allow divine light from the divine source of highest light and love to flow in through your crown, allowing yourself to relax and just feeling that divine energy flowing down to your third eye, extending out to your ear chakras, flowing down to your throat, down to your heart chakra, down to your solar plexus and your sacral, traveling down to your root and down your thighs, your knees, your legs, your ankles, your feet, and allowing your feet to grow roots, feeling that energy burst through the soles of your feet, penetrating Mother Earth, traveling to the center of Mother Earth, connecting to her heartbeat and allowing her energy to flow up through your feet, back up to your root, your sacral, your solar plexus, your heart, your throat, feeling it travel up to your third eye, extending out to your ear chakras, and up and out your crown. And just allow that energy to once again connect to the divine source of highest light and love, and allow the energies of the divine source and Mother Earth to flow through you, creating healing energy, loosening and releasing all that's no longer serving you. Setting the intention that this energy will continue to circulate through you, loosening, releasing, and healing throughout the rest of your day. And so it is. Okay, so go ahead and open your eyes when you're ready, and we'll get started. So, how are you guys feeling? If you're feeling more relaxed than before, go ahead and give the video a thumbs up. You will notice I like the videos a lot more, because what happens when you do that is the videos are visible in the news feed. So it helps us to get these messages out to more people. So I appreciate your presence. I appreciate all your comments, and I appreciate the thumbs up. So thank you. Diamond said, and so it is. Oh, which one? That one? Okay, so first, this one, that one. Anything else from this one? From the bottom? Ooh. Okay. Do I take those? Okay, so no, put those back. And today, you guys, at the end, I will be doing both. I will be doing the $20 mini reads. So if you're interested in that, stay on and we will be doing those at the end of Empower Hour. Diamond said, I feel happy and free. Thank you so much for yesterday's session. So much has opened up for me since then. So much. I am so excited and grateful for you. Congratulations. Thank you for, take those? No, okay. Thank you for allowing me to serve you. And I'm just excited for you. I am so excited. It always feels good when I receive the feedback because, you know, the group sessions are one thing and they're amazing and they do a lot, but the one-on-one sessions are a whole different type of amazing. And, you know, even though in the group, I do focus on individuals, you know, you guys get individual attention when we're having a group session, but it's still not the same as when it's just us one-on-one. So let's see, I'm looking for the timers, you guys, so that time doesn't get away from me and I'm mindful of your time today. Okay, so let's see. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the first card. The first card we got is anxiety. Okay, so what I'm hearing is some of you are feeling a lot of anxiety, but what's happening right now as we're preparing for the peak of the Lionsgate portal to be open? It's already, you know, open, but we're going to reach the peak 8/8. But what's happening is you are being called to release things that are no longer serving you. You're being called to end things so that you can step into that new beginning. And oftentimes what happens is as you're ending a cycle, you're ending karmic cycles, you're releasing those things, you can tend to feel anxious. Also, a part of your awakening, you will go through bouts of anxiety and depression. So if you're noticing that, if you go through a period where it's like, I'm at an all-time high, everything is flowing great and lovely, and then all of a sudden you start to feel anxious or you start to feel depressed, know that this is a natural part of it. Now, when you're going through this, don't go through it alone. Reach out to your community and talk about it. Allow yourself to receive some guidance and support and just that extra push to stay the course. Also, what I'm being led to tell you, what's been going on right now with me is I've been having a really difficult time sleeping, right? I have been so anxious about just what's currently going on in my life and what's coming in my life, but it hasn't been anxious in the sense of, you know, when we think we have anxiety, it's been more or less like, hurry up and happen. You know what I mean? Like, I'm right there. When is this table going to turn? You know, it's been that, which is still a form of anxiety. So what Spirit is saying is for us to allow ourselves to flow with what's happening, right? Set the intention to release the things that are no longer serving you. Set the intention to allow yourself to take advantage of this portal that's open so that you can get rid of all that your soul is ready to get rid of. That's another reason why you may be feeling anxious or anxiety, because your soul is like, we're done with that. Why are you still holding on to it? We're done. You know, you are not your story. You are not your past. You are not your experiences. You are the divine having a human experience. And what are you choosing from this point forward? What are you creating in the now that's going to propel you into your destiny that your soul agreed to before you got here? So really important card. You know, oftentimes some people will feel like I'm feeling depressed or I'm feeling anxious and they'll be ready to, you know, like that comedian said, just throw it away, throw the whole thing away. They'll be ready to throw the whole spiritual journey away. And Spirit is saying, relax. That's not what you're being called to do. You're just being called to breathe, take a step back, evaluate what's going on within you and find out what you're being called to let go of. Okay. So, hi, Cheryl. Welcome. The next card is appreciation. Appreciation. So instantly what I'm being told to tell you is that your angels and your guides appreciate you. Your angels and your guides and your ancestors, they appreciate you for all the work that you're doing on yourself and all the work that you're doing by way of serving others. What they're telling me to tell you is to stop being so hard on yourself, stop rushing the process, stop feeling like what you're doing isn't enough, because it is. I don't care if you got up and you just said, I am so grateful for the fact that I woke up today. Your angels are sending a big, huge hug, a big, huge clap, and a stamp of approval. You are here today on this live. You are doing something that is in alignment to your journey. Again, for those of you that are joining, I apologize for the background noise. I am streaming live from my Clubhouse because my internet's off now. So please bear with me. I'm grateful for the lighting and for the space to be able to come on and be live with you. Spirit is also saying appreciate the lessons, right? Oftentimes we look at our past and we look at it with disdain. We look at it with shame. We look at it with regret. And what Spirit is saying is to appreciate your past. Appreciate the journey that got you to where you are now. I said this to someone else. Had you not gone through everything you've been through, how equipped would you be to serve? Think about that. If I hadn't gone through all the hellish experiences that I experienced in my life, I would not be able to sit here today and serve you. I just wouldn't. If I just had this happy-go-lucky silver spoon, everything's perfect life, I wouldn't be able to, right? So Spirit is saying to appreciate every aspect of your journey that you've been through, that you've overcome, and even the parts that you're still in the midst of. By showing that appreciation, it'll help you get out of it much quicker and help you reap the blessings that the journey was meant to bring, okay? Alaka said the lighting in your Clubhouse is really good. I know, I love it, I love it. Let's see, Mama Rachel said, that's me right now, lost anxiety. So see, and here's the thing, it's normal. So you guys in REM, you know, I've been, you know, reaching out and I've been telling you all, you know, bear with me because I haven't been as present as I usually am. And literally Spirit spoke to me and Spirit said, it's because now is your time to recharge, rest, rejuvenate, because when you get to where you're going and when you come back full speed ahead, it's going to be a bang. Like it is going to be amazing. But what Spirit is saying is give yourself permission to recharge, right? This transition has been huge. And not just because I'm moving cross country, but because this marks the end of a karmic cycle for me, right? So it's not just the move itself, it's everything that's going on energetically. I believe if it wasn't an end of a karmic cycle and I was just moving cross country, it would not be as exhausting as it has been. But because there's multiple layers of multiple things coming up and coming out, this is why I've been so exhausted. So for you, Rachel, I'm feeling like it's the same thing. You are ending a karmic cycle. You are ending a cycle of your awakening. And now Spirit is preparing you for that next level. So be in flow with it. Flow with it. Take the time away that your soul is calling for you to take. But don't be so disconnected that you don't allow your soul family to help you through it, right? Because that's what we're here for. Okay, so what I'm being told to tell you is as spiritualists, as spiritual beings in human form, we are being called to get comfortable with the fact that there are going to be times where we are required to hibernate. You know, we're required to hibernate. We're required to go off and recharge. And for those of us that are in business or building businesses, this is something that Spirit is saying, get used to and comfortable with now. Because if you are not comfortable with that or used to that, you will be running a business, but it will not be a soul-centered business, right? You can run a business and you can do regular things like regular people, and that business will be regular and not taken away from regular businesses. But when you're running a soul-centered business, it's definitely required that you pour into your soul. And when you're constantly giving of your soul, you will have those periods of disconnect. Now, you may still be semi-present, but you won't be at your peak. But just know, just like the journey where we experience those hills and those valleys are those tests, that's testing to see, okay, now are you ready for the next level? When you're teaching and you're serving, you're still on your journey and you're still elevating, you're still ascending. So with every ascension, you experience that lower state, and that's the state for you to evaluate, recharge, and prepare for where you're going next. So Spirit is saying, Get out of your mind that you're just going to be on go and you're just going to take your weekends or whatever days you've taken off and rest then. Because no, when you're at that point where you're about to ascend to another level, it's required for you to step away and just rest and rejuvenate. Okay, so let's see what y'all are saying. Hi, Gloria. And let's see. Alatha said, Rachel, that's for you. Only Diamond says, sending everyone healing energy. Thank you. Thank you. Sending it right back to you. So, okay, was I meant to do that? Was this one first on purpose? Okay. I was told no, go with the one that's actually next. So what we got is walking away. Walking away. Now, what I'm being told to ask all of you is, what are you being called to walk away from? And I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait for you all to put it in the comments. And Spirit is saying, if you're watching right now, literally comment. If you aren't sure, or if you think you're sure, either way, take some slow, deep breaths, connect with your soul, and ask Spirit the question, what are you being called to walk away from? Don't just give me the answer that's in your head. Give me the answer that Spirit gives to you. It may be the same. It may be different. So go ahead and let me know. Lawander said a relationship. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Only Diamond said my own self. Good, good. Okay, Only Diamonds. Are you Diamond Green? Who are you? Because you've been on, you've commented, but who are you? So what are you all being called to walk away from now? I'm going to tell you, for me, what Spirit just said, for me, it's that belief that when I take my sabbaticals, that in some way I'm doing you all an injustice. And what Spirit is saying is that, in fact, when I take that time, I'm actually doing you all a service. So that's what I'm being called to walk away from. Rachel said, okay. Only Diamond said, no, I'm not Diamond Green. Okay. Mama Rachel said, my past, whatever it may be. Okay. And I'd like you to ask Spirit, what aspect from your past are you being called to walk away from, so that you can get more definite on what that is? Because here's the thing, you guys, in order for us to walk away from whatever we're being called to walk away from, we must identify it. It's the same as we've got to feel it to heal it. If we haven't identified what we're being called to walk away from, how are we going to walk away from it, right? So it's up to us to identify it so that we can then shed that thing that's not serving us, walk away from it once and for all, and move into where we're being led to move into. Diamond said the ascension takes a lot out of you. It truly does. It really does. And when we decide to do this work, it comes from the heart, right? It comes from the heart. It doesn't feel like work, but it is taking from our energy, right? It's taking from our reserves. So Spirit is saying, although it doesn't feel like work, and that's a good thing, it's still taking. And that time away is calling for us to replenish, which is so important. We keep talking about you can't pour from an empty cup. So if energetically we're empty, what are we giving, really? We're going to throw the cup at you and throw the tea bag. Like, what are we really giving? So it's important. It's important. And Diamond, what are you being called to walk away from right now? Gloria, what are you being called to walk away from? Alatha, what about you? What are you being called to walk away from? Cheryl, what are you being called to walk away from? Mom, what are you being called to walk away from? So usually when I ask these questions, I leave it up to you. And of course you have free will, it's still up to you. But what Spirit is saying is for me to ask that all of you actually comment what you're being called to walk away from. Now, remember, it's just like writing down our goals, right? When we have goals, or when we have things that we're choosing to create or manifest, when we write it down, we take it out of the headspace and we put it into this reality, right? So now we've created a whole nother layer of power to manifest it. So as you are being called to walk away from whatever you're being called to walk away from, not only are you identifying what it is, which again, gives you the power to finally walk away, but you're taking it from here and you're putting it out in the atmosphere. So it's sending a whole nother vibration, and you're allowing us to hold space for you. So now it's not just your power and the power of your guides, but it's the power of us and all of our guides too assisting you. So my mom said doubt. Awesome. Alaka said, we've really missed you, Mama Rachel. Yes, we have, for sure. For sure. Gloria said, walk away from fear of economic insecurity. Diamond said, perfection. Perfection. Awesome. So I like to touch on that walk away from fear of economic insecurity. That is a big thing that most people fear. And why is that? Why is that? Number one, we've been taught that coins and a piece of green paper has so much value and so much weight. That's what we've been taught, right? We've been taught that this piece of paper that can be ripped and burned and destroyed like anything else is so powerful. But here's the thing that I'd like you to remember, that money, like everything else, is an energy. And energy is infinite. And we have the ability to determine how much energy we put out, how much energy we bring in. We're able to create more energy. When you can take away the power of money and put the power in yourself, understanding that it is just an energy and you, with the help of your divine guides, are in control of that energy, then like anything else, you can manifest more of it. Okay. So the first thing I'd like you to do, Gloria, is take the power away from money and look at it as an energy, and look at the energy as something that you have the power to control. Okay. And know that when you're fearing it or you're doubting it or you're worried or stressed about it, what you're doing is creating in your reality the thing that you're fearing. So all you're doing is counteracting what you say you desire by fearing it or doubting it or worrying about it or stressing about it. And you're creating exactly what you're worrying about. Okay. Diamond said fear, doubt, hesitancy. Only Diamond said walking away from seeing myself less than. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And you know what? Here's the thing. I'm going to go ahead and put this card down. Here's the thing. When you see yourself as less than, why is that? Why is that? When we understand, and I'm going to say this until there's no more breath in my body, because this is who we are. We are the divine having a human experience. You know what I mean? When you look in the mirror, what you are seeing is a version, an earthly version of God. So if you are the divine, God, the Most High, the universe expressed in human form, then why would you see yourself as less than? Less than who? Less than what? Another divine being who is the divine God, the universe expressing itself in human form? You know what I mean? Like, you are not less than. You are amazing. You are divine. In fact, you are a blessing. I'm being told to tell you, you are a blessing to all those that encounter you. And you and all of your uniqueness have come here to fulfill a purpose. You've come here to fulfill a purpose. So what I like you to start doing is looking at yourself in the mirror every day and tell yourself, I love you. I love you so much. You are brilliant. You are amazing. You are so worthy of greatness. You are capable of greatness. You were born for greatness. I love you. I love you more today than I did yesterday. You are worthy of my best, and you are worthy of the best that the universe has to offer. You know what I mean? Start speaking that life to yourself until you begin to believe it. Until you begin to believe it, until you begin to feel it on a soul level. And when you're saying it, think about the time you were ever the most in love, right? When were you the most in love? And how did you feel about that person, right? Talk to yourself, whether it was your child, whether it was your parent, whether it was a significant other. Talk to yourself, feeling the feeling you felt when you were the most in love, and began to fall in love with you. You are the divine having a human experience. There is nothing mediocre about you. There is nothing less than about you. You are greatness personified. Okay, so let's see. Alicia said, going back to old habits, self-sabotaging behavior, allowing myself to be stuck in negativity when things start going wrong. So you know what I'd like to challenge you to do is to, instead of looking at it as things start going wrong, look at it as things start going right. Because even in that space of what we perceive to be going wrong, In reality, what spirit is doing is growing you. Spirit is showing you where you still have healing that you can do. Spirit is showing you where you still have things to unpack, right? And rebuild or create. So it's not going wrong, it's actually going right. We've all heard that little cliche saying that things must fall apart in order for it to come together. So, number one, start shifting how you look at it. And if you shift how you look at it, it'll make it easier for you not to be stuck in that lower vibrating state. So again, look at those low vibrating states that we tend to go in, those hills, those valleys. Those valleys are meant to propel us, into that next level. Think of it as a spring, think of it as, if you're helping someone climb up something, they put their foot in your hand and you shoot them up, think of it like that. That's what it's for. If you shift your perception of it, then what you get as a result of it will be different. Okay. Let's see. Alapa said, I'm being called to walk away from old habits. Okay, awesome, awesome, awesome. And I'm just hearing, you're not just being called to walk away from the old habits, you're being called to walk into the new habits, the habits that are in alignment with your soul. You're so welcome, Gloria. Thank you. Only Diamond says, in my past, I've always been misunderstood and no one wanted to hear my side of the story. They just believed the rumors and passed it on. Thank you for this. You're so welcome. So you know what? It's so funny because I watched a pick a card reading. I have a confession to make, first of all, you guys. Okay. You guys remember when Spirit told me to do one general reading a day? I was doing so good and then I relapsed. And I will tell you this, I was like, this is the only thing Spirit's told me to do that I didn't completely obey and follow. So it's official. I'm addicted. Hi, I'm Nahkila, and I'm addicted to watching general readings on YouTube. So anyways, I'm choosing today to go back to the one a day. It's been one of those things where my cable, my internet, my TVs, everything is gone. And so Spirit was like, this is not what your plan was to do during this time. Like, what was your plan during this time? Do it. Just because you don't have all your vices that you usually have does not mean you get to go back and start watching 50 million general readings a day. So confession time. Now I'm confessing. So now I'm choosing to go back to the one a day and I'm holding myself accountable. I'm giving y'all permission to do the same. But let's see. So back to what I was saying. So I had watched one and it was a pick a card. And what she was saying was the gist of, pretty much why we're here and what we're here to do is the reason why we've never really fit in, right? We never really fit in. Now that we have a soul family, we have the RIM soul family, and we're like, that's our family. We're connected at the heartstrings, and we have the United Beings, which is our community, our soul community. So now we're surrounded by other light workers, right? To where we don't feel such outcasted or, so different or lonely. However, growing up, the reason we felt that way is because we have a different mission. Many of us, we were born and our souls are old. They've been here many, many times. So I know my mom and I were talking, like, I never felt like a little girl. I can remember seeing myself like from a higher point, looking down at myself as a little girl on the playground. But mentally, I never felt like a little girl. I've always felt older, if that makes sense. Like when I think back about my thought processes, it felt like I was this little girl in this grown up in this little girl body. So as a result, if you're that way, how many other children are that way? So you're not going to fit in. Or if you're born into a family and you're that light that's meant to shine to help them out of their dark spaces, well, then they're not going to relate either. So although you had those experiences, it's because you're one of the chosen that came here to help shift the collective consciousness of humanity, but it was also a part of your journey to grow you. Why? Because if you hadn't experienced those times of not feeling like you fit in or feeling misunderstood or having people turn their backs on you, spread rumors about you without even talking to you, jealousy for no reason, I'm sure you guys can all relate to these things, then you would not be able to serve the light workers that you're called to serve. We all have experienced that. And if you hadn't, and I'm coming to you and I'm talking to you about this experience, you're going to be looking at me like, I I feel for you, but I don't even know what you're talking about. I can't relate. So it was a part of your journey, and it was an important part. So instead of allowing that part of your story to stick with you, now it's time to release it and allow it to serve you. That's what it was meant to do. It was meant to serve you so that you can serve others. Okay, so just release it. Start with that mirror talk, that self-talk in the mirror every day. Okay, so let's see. Our next card is Great Adventure. It says, take a risk, venture forward. Okay, so listen. Now, I'm just going to tell you something, you guys. There was a time where I told you I used to be really uncomfortable offering things to you or sharing my offers with you. And Spirit was like, hello, that's what you're here for. And I have since released that because this is what I am here for. And if Spirit gives it to me to deliver, guess what? I'm doing it. I'm delivering it. So there are some of you that have received the message that you are meant to work with me, whether it's one-on-one, whether it's joining the Rhythm Soul family, whether it's coming to the retreat, whatever the case may be, right? And for some of you, you fear that there's not enough, or you fear, whatever doubt or hesitancy is there, and hesitancy is there. And what's happening is Spirit is saying that is the risk that you're being called to take that is going to propel you into your great adventure. Your great adventure is this beautiful, amazing life that comes from unpacking the trauma, healing the trauma, releasing the trauma, and stepping into your divine calling, stepping into your destiny. So if that is you, and Spirit has said, don't go by what I've said, check in with Spirit. And if Spirit has said, move forward, then trust and know that Spirit is not going to guide you into anything that is not going to serve your highest good. So what that means is if you feel like there's just not enough, well, if you believe there's not enough, then there won't be enough. But if Spirit is saying, go forth, and you trust in Spirit and you surrender and you have that unwavering faith, Spirit will provide you with enough. Now, I'm going to tell you, personal story time. My original plan for this move cross country was after I settled everything with a case, an open case that I have, and that I would be using part of the funds from that to move, right? That was what I thought, how I thought this was going to happen. But what I knew was that Spirit said, this is where I'm called to be. This is what I'm called to do. And what I started doing was I stopped putting it out there like this is the only way. And I started to just say, you know what, Spirit, I surrender. I trust. I know it's going to happen. I know you got me. And guess what? This move cross country has not been cheap by a long shot, right? But Spirit has made a way. Spirit has moved mountains. And every time there seemed to be an obstacle, instead of me falling into that thinking, that stinking thinking that, oh, shoot, this is an obstacle. What's going to happen? Or how am I going to? Or how is this? Or Spirit, you got me. I'm depending on you to show up and show out. And every time it did. So it came from that unwavering faith. If I had stopped and I had dwelled in that space of, oh no, then guess what? I would have stopped and dwelled in that space of, oh no, and it would not have happened until I got over that. Also, the other thing that came through a couple of weeks ago was the message of we are called to accept it, to manifest it, right? We're called to accept it, to manifest it. So I'm going to tell you what this was about, right? Now, the place that I'm getting, it's only like $100 less than what I pay now, right? But there are some places out there that I could have gotten for like almost $500 less than what I'm going to pay. Now, the cost of living is so much cheaper, so it'll still even out to where I'm saving, However, I was like still looking, and I was still like, okay, is this the place? Is that the place? You know what I mean? And Spirit literally stopped me in my tracks and was like, this is the place. Now accept it to manifest it, right? So if Spirit has guided you on anything, right? And you're still in that space of, well, wait, is this the one? Or is this the way? Or is this the reality? Or does this serve me? Well, then you're not going to manifest it because you're still in a space of doubt. You're in a space of doubt. So when we talk about that trusting and that surrendering, right? Oftentimes, what I'm referring to is you trusting Spirit, right? But today, what I'd like to invite you to do is trust yourself. And the reason why I say this is because you may receive a message from spirit and then you'll doubt your connection as to whether or not it's actually from spirit. So what spirit is saying is trust you. Trust in your ability to connect and trust in the guidance you receive. Don't allow fear, doubt, self sabotage, stress, worry, and anxiety to cause you to disconnect and block your blessings. Okay, let's see what you all are saying. Gloria said, I am an old soul. I was always told that I appear so far advanced for my age. OMG, jealousy towards me for no reason all my life, manifesting funds for working with you. And so it is. And so it is. So let me just tell you, part of what it is even before we realized that we were light workers, our light was still shining and we're going through I'm just regular and I don't really know what's going on, but people can see the light, people can feel the light. And what we do is, even before we were consciously aware of the fact that we're a mirror, we were mirrors. And what we're doing is we're just holding up a mirror and people are either seeing what they're called to heal and shift so that they can become who they're destined to be, or they're seeing what they're being called to heal and shift. And then it's creating so much discomfort within their spirits because they're not ready, that they turn that feeling of anger that they're feeling towards us. And it's really not about us. It's just we're walking around as these mirrors, and some people would rather not see their reflection. They'd rather not see what they're looking like on a soul level, and so it's really up to us now that we're older, and also to instill in our children that are light workers how to handle this from a point of not internalizing it. You know what I mean? Not internalizing it and not isolating, because so many of us light workers that are here in this age that we are in, part of our journey has also been a level of learning how not to isolate, me included, because all the time we've spent as an outcast, you know what I mean? Or being heartbroken or disappointed by relationships, whether it's friendships or, relationships with significant others or family members. We tend to go in this shell of expecting that all of our relationships will be this way. Now, when I was on my healing journey, what I said out loud, I manifested that I would manifest relationships where I had friends that loved me as much as I loved them. They showed up for me in equal measures. And it was this beautiful exchange of 100%, 100%. Little did I know these amazing friends who became family was going to come in the form of work and those that I serve, right? But it happened. But it took me, number one, being willing to no longer isolate. I am such an introvert that loves to do extroverted work that if you ask me to do anything or go anywhere, it is a task for me to say yes. And then when I say yes, it is a task for me to actually do it, right? But I'm pushing through that because Spirit is saying it's time. You're creating a new experience. So if I can suggest anything, I would suggest that you begin teaching your light worker children and even your inner child that it is so not about you. It is so not about you. All you're doing is being a mirror. And oftentimes we tell each other, I'm just a reflection of you. And we think in terms of those good feelings that we're reflecting, right? But we're a mirror, period. So sometimes those feelings don't feel so good. And they're not going to look at that mirror and say, I'm mad at myself. I'm disappointed in myself. They're going to turn it on you. So just don't internalize it, Don't internalize it. And Gloria, for you, a great start would be the REM group mentorship. And the REM group mentorship is $111 a month. So that's where I would say is a good start. So if any of you are interested in stepping into, working together, but you're not ready for the higher investment, the REM group mentorship would actually be a really great start. Okay, so let me go ahead and go on to the next card. We have choose your path. All is possible. So listen, what are we talking about right now? Everything that we're talking about is leading us into that choice that we have. We have the choice to remain in that lower vibrating state, or we have the choice to be in that higher vibrating state. Now, when I say this, I'm not saying that the valleys don't occur. But we can be in a valley and still be vibrating high. And the way we do that is we say to ourselves, you know what? I'm so grateful for this time. This is so a test. And I know what's coming next is that blessing that I've been working so hard to receive. And I'm worthy and I deserve it. So, Spirit, what you got for me? I'm ready. I'm ready to learn. I'm ready to grow. I'm ready to uncover my junk and see what else I'm being called to heal so I can go ahead and jump out of this valley back into that hill. So, choose your path. Choose your path. What I'm being told to tell you, and I feel this is so cliche too, is your circumstances, your past. It does not determine who you are. It really doesn't. Only you can do that. Only you can do that. So what are you choosing today? And again, I'm being led to ask that you all write, what are you choosing today? What are you choosing today? Just gonna wait a while to give you all an opportunity. Okay, so Spirit said go to the next two cards. And they came in upside down, but what I'm being told is to not read them in reverse. And it says break the chain, ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. Break the chain. Excuse me. Okay, so you've heard me say, those of you that have been with me for a while, you've heard me say when you heal yourself, you heal 7 generations before and 7 generations after, right? You've all heard me say that. You've heard other people say it, I'm sure. And it's so true. When you heal yourself, you are breaking the chain. You are setting a new ancestral pattern, right? So listen, I can't stress enough when I tell you, you are chosen. You are chosen. Whether you are here live or watching this on the replay, you are chosen. You don't even have to necessarily know exactly the exact details of your purpose. But right now, what you're being called to know is you are chosen. And in order for you to live in that purpose that you were chosen to live in, you've got to first heal you. You've got to first make that choice to release those things that make you feel less than, release those things that make you feel fear, release those things that make you doubt in your ability to do whatever the divine is calling for you to do. I had a session yesterday, and the person that I was meeting with was experiencing some fear, and it was some fear around what they're being called to do by way of their purpose. And Spirit literally had me ask, what are you afraid of? Why are you afraid? Now, they didn't say they were afraid at first, but it came through. And when it came through, it came out, right? We are not new to this. Those of you that follow me on Facebook on my personal page, I posted one time, I'm not new to this. I'm true to this, right? And none of you are new to this. Whatever we're being called to do in this lifetime, we've done it so many times before. So many times before. Don't let that spiritual amnesia that we were all born with take away our power. You've done this before. Me as a spiritual mentor, as a psychic medium, other life coaches, teachers, mentors you may watch or follow, we're not here to teach you anything about yourself. We are here to help you remember. We're here to help you remember. You've done this before. So stand in that power. Stand in that power. You've done this before. Listen, I've shared with you guys, when I was injured in 2012, I had a 500-pound metal rack fall on my shoulder. I had rotator cuff surgery and 2 cervical disc surgery. Had cervical disc replacement, then cervical fusion, right? And so when I was in so much pain one day, I just started to pull. I started to pull where the pain was, and I started to toss it to the floor. Now, this was before I had any Reiki training. This was before I began my journey of awakening. I had no idea this was a thing until I became certified in Reiki, right? No idea. You know what kicked in? That memory, that cellular memory that we all possess from all of our lives that we've had. So if I can access that cellular memory when I'm in pain, what do you think you can do when you're choosing to access that memory, right? What do you think you can do? It was just second nature. I had no idea it was a thing, but whatever I was doing, it was helping. right? So just stand in that strength and that power of that knowing that you are not new to this, you are true to this. And I'm not here to teach you nothing about yourself. I'm just here to help you remember. That's all. Help you remember who you were before the world taught you who you should be. That's it. That's it. It makes it so much easier when you think of it from that perspective, right? So let's see what you all are saying. Alatha said, I love this entire message. It all resonates with me. I am so, so, so grateful. With me. I got you. With me. With me. Are you with me? My mom said, I choose to have faith. Awesome. That unwavering faith. Listen, let me tell you about that unwavering faith, you guys. Let me tell you about it. It is the begin all, the end all. That unwavering faith. That unwavering faith. That is where your power lies. Right there. That unwavering faith. If you have ever had faith in the divine or faith in anything, like true faith. Now, I don't mean like faith in a relationship that failed, right? Because listen, if we are being real with ourselves, I saw this meme and it said, a dozen of red flags, and the guy was on a knee holding a dozen of red flags, and she's like, I love it, right? We've all been there. We've got a dozen of red flags, or maybe just even one, and we've decided, oh my goodness, that red flag looks so good on you, and I love you. I'm gonna love you through it and heal you and fix you, and right? And we had all this faith in something that spirit was like, walk away, sis, walk away, bruh. Like, it's not working. It's not going to work. It's not for you, right? I don't mean that kind of faith. I mean that faith in something that spirit guided you to. That faith in something that was deep in your soul. When you've had unwavering faith, how did it turn out? Can you tell me one time you've had unwavering faith in anything that the divine led you to and it turned out anything other than great? Can you tell me? Was there any time like that? I know I haven't. Anything I've had unwavering faith in that the divine has led me to, it has turned out beyond my expectations, greater than what I could have ever expected. And I'm not special in the sense that I'm more special than you. I'm special because we're all special, but I'm not more special than you. Like, it doesn't happen for me like that because I'm special. You know what I mean? Like, it's possible for all of us, but we've just got to choose that unwavering faith. Unwavering faith, that trust, that surrender. Also, that surrender. This is the formula. Trust, surrender, and take action with unwavering faith. Without that, you're attempting to fly with one wing. And you might hop around from here to there, but you're not going to get very far, you know? So Cheryl said, I got to watch this from the beginning. I got too many distractions going on today. Well, you know what, Cheryl, watch it and let me know how it resonates. I'm so grateful that you're always here, you know, and listen, as you said, that what Spirit just said, and that is the journey of a light worker, right? We have all sorts of distractions going on that are attempting to keep us from that unwavering faith, all sorts of distractions. And the biggest distraction is the one that's right here, right here. This is our biggest distraction. And the way we can eliminate all the chaos that goes on right here is through our healing, through our healing, through our healing. That's it. Through our healing and through our maintenance. Because once we heal, it's not enough to just say, okay, I've gone through my healing journey and I'm feeling good and I'm great. We got to maintain it at that point because the distractions are everywhere. Now we got our mind clear. We've got our souls clear, but those distractions are everywhere. They're still coming. They're in the media. They're from people that have not yet healed themselves, projecting what they believe within them on us. It's everywhere, right? So your biggest distraction is right here, right here. Now, our next card we got, you're so welcome, Cheryl. Let's see, Alapa said, trust, surrender with unwavering faith. Trust, surrender, and take action with unwavering faith, right? Because we can trust and we can surrender and we can have unwavering faith, but if we don't take action, faith without works is what? Yep, it's dead. So we also got play. It says, have fun, celebrate, don't be so serious. Listen, it is not that serious. It is not that serious. Life itself is meant to be enjoyed. Why do we stress ourselves out? How do we do that? Who taught us to stress ourselves out? Where do we learn that behavior? Who taught us to fear? Where did we learn that? Let's get to the root of it, right? Let's get to the root. When we can examine the root of something, then we can release it. Because when you get to the root and you realize who taught you to fear, who taught you to stress, who taught you to worry, who taught you to doubt, who taught you to self-sabotage, and you understand the reason why, then you can look at it as what it is. It is not that serious. I am the divine having a human experience. I am powerful, capable of creating all that I desire and deserve. And so it is, right? Get to the root. Who taught us those things? You know, like Malcolm said, who taught you to hate yourself? You know, who taught you to doubt yourself? False evidence appearing real. You know, we talk about different things like I don't know if you guys remember, there was talk about, you know, there's going to be like this faking of the second coming of Christ, right? Using all sorts of things and, you know, but we think in terms of faking things by way of that, but really our whole mindset is one fake projection of a false reality, right? Our whole mindset is a fake projection of a false reality, or it's a projection of a false reality. So now what we're being called to do is to disconnect from that, reconnect to source, and reconnect to who we truly are on a soul level. And you start with meditating. You tired of hearing me say that yet? You start with meditating every day. Every day. I recommend twice a day, in the morning to set the tone for your day, in the evening to release any and everything that you may have picked up on throughout your day, right? It starts there. Also with cleansing yourself, protecting yourself. I recommend doing that in the morning and in the evening, protecting yourself, cleansing yourself so that you go out into the world with a cleansed spirit, a cleansed heart, a cleansed mind, a cleansed soul, right? And then you're protecting yourself so that you can be more in control of what you're picking up on from the outside world. And in the evening, you protect yourself. So when you're sleeping and you're in that vulnerable state, you're protected. Your angels, your guides, your guardians, they're on watch for you. But then you're also releasing what you may have picked up on, right? It's important. We're being called now to have solid self-care rituals in place. If you don't have one, get one. It's important. It's an important part of your spiritual growth and development. So let's see. Alatha said, and action with unwavering faith. Yes, ma'am. And so it is. Cheryl said, sometimes it's because of the people around you. It's so true. It is so true. You know, because here's what we're being called to remember is, number one, everyone is on their own journey at their own pace, right? And we're being called to respect that. But just because we're being called to respect it doesn't mean we have to become a part of it, if that makes sense, right? Now, we're not being called to judge the person's journey. We're not being called to beat them up. Like, we're not better than, and we're surely not less than. It just is what it is. We're all moving at different paces, right? But what we're called to do is to protect ourselves from those people that are not necessarily vibrating at the same level as us, right? So it's important. This little tea bag is so amazing. It's orange dulce. Not one of my favorite teas, but I thought I'd give it a shot. So that is the message for our Wednesday Live Empower Hour. But I am doing the $20 mini read. So if anyone is interested in that, we can stay on and keep chatting. And I just put the link in the comments. So it's $20. Go ahead and put your payment in. And after you do, go ahead and put your question in the comments and I will answer them for you. So I'm so grateful for all of you guys. This is amazing. It's amazing. I'm grateful that you guys were bearing with me last week as far as the recorded Empower Hour. Now, what I will tell you all is this Wednesday coming up, we will not be live because of the fact that I will be speaking at the Be Beautiful conference with my beautiful sister in light, Diamond, who is Isis. Let me give you her actual name on here, Isis LLC, ISYS LLC. She and I will be speaking at the Be Beautiful conference, so I will not be live next week, but the following week I will be back live, because by then I will be all moved in and my internet will be on and I will be in my new location. So, and once I'm in there, like swimwear, a lot, I know what you're thinking. I'm so corny. Once I'm in there like swimwear, it's on like hot butter popcorn, and we will be back to our regular lives. Okay. So even if you guys aren't doing any of the mini reads, talk to me, talk to me. Let's chat a bit while we're waiting for whomever. And if you're interested in the personal mini read, let me know, so I'll know that you're actually, making it happen, as opposed to thinking, oh, no one, and then logging off. So just let me know if you are, okay? And if this resonated with you in any way, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And thank you so much for being here. Cheryl say, you're not corny. Cheryl, if only you knew. I'm the biggest goofball there is. So yeah. Okay, I'll take away the corny. I'm super silly. I'll say that. I'll claim that. Mom, what do you have going on? You're kind of quiet. Rachel, you still here? You're kind of quiet. Alicia, are you still here? Only Diamonds, how are you? Are you still here? Who's still with me? Diamond Cartel, my dear, are you still here? Oh, thank you, Alatha. Alatha said, the T word, there is nothing like you. There was nothing like you, and there shall be nothing like you. Oh, and so it is. Oh my goodness, and so it is. Can you say it loud for the people in the back? And you guys, I'm hearing it in my Cardi B voice from that song with her and what's that guy, Fontaine, whatever. Whenever I say that, that's how I'm saying it. I'm just taking out a word, But yes, that is so fitting. So fitting. Let me just read that again. There is nothing like you. There was nothing like you. And there shall be nothing like you. Oh my goodness. So you know what? Whenever I speak in terms of us being the divine, having a human experience, I like to like literally use the sun to describe us, right? So the sun itself is God, the universe, the divine, spirit, whatever you refer to your highest source of power as, right? That's the sun. And then we are the rays, right? We're the rays. No less the sun, just a different form, an extension of it, right? Coming down to earth to serve, right? So when you think in terms of a sun ray, if I'm sitting in the sun and you're sitting in the sun, how the sun is touching me is going to be different than how it's touching you. How that particular ray touches me is going to be different than how it touches you. And it's going to be different than how it touches him or her, right? And that's us. We are those rays, still a part of the divine, but so unique, but still have our specific purpose. Imagine if the sun, there was only one ray and it's just going around hitting one person at a time or one area at a time. How effective would that be? But when we come together collectively, shining our light in only the way that only we can, now you have life. Now you have light. Now you have growth, right? And that's us. That's us. So that message is so amazing. So amazing. Thank you so much, Alatha. It's so fitting. Look at Spirit. See, Spirit just shows up and shows out all the time. Let's see. Rachel said present. Cheryl said we all act silly sometimes. Yes, I think I act a little more silly than then sometimes my mom will tell you. I told you guys, if I didn't know any better, I would think my name was Nut, because my mom's she always says, "You are such a nut." Like, that's how I got here, but I don't know about that being what I am. Let's see. Let's see. Yes, Alava said this is so perfect for today. Diamond said, I'm just here lagging. Alava said, and so it is. Cheryl said, I am, of course. Diamond said, clutch. Alava said, it's always aligned. It really is, and so it is. So just think about it, though. Think about it. If we think about how aligned the T message is. Now, usually when I have a T message, it's aligned to what we're talking about. So a few times I was drinking tea without a message, and Alava shared the T message, right? Always aligned. So if something as minute and simple as a T message can be aligned with the overall message, then why wouldn't your life be aligned? Why wouldn't it be aligned? Why wouldn't your experiences be aligned? The only way it's going to be aligned is if you this. Look, well, I don't know if I can do it. Oh, look, I'm going to do it. Look, okay, see, because it's like sewn on. I'm like, what kind of tea is this? They put a lot of time into it, right? Now, look, if I do that, that's the only way it won't be aligned. The message won't be aligned. So you can choose to have your life path be aligned with what your soul agreed to. It's there, right? Because that's what you chose for. You got here. Bear with me on this one. But you can choose to get rid of it and be like, you know what? I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm worried. I'm stressed. I'm not worthy. I'm not capable. Right? Now, where's the alignment? Look, you still have a root, and you can regrow, or you can repair, right? You can repair it. But now you got to take more time and get some tape or some glue and, align it just right. And, now you sit and looking at yourself like, why did I just tear that? It was so cute when it was tied together, right? So your life is a lot more powerful than a T message. So get out of your way and just let everything be aligned. Let it flow. Let spirit guide you. Let spirit guide you. If it's not aligned, it's because of you. You're like stopping it from being aligned. And the minute you choose to allow it to be, it's right back in alignment. So yeah, that was a little weird, wasn't it? Like, but y'all are following me, right? You're bearing with me. All I had was the tea. Let's see. Oh, thank you. But you know what? This is actually my clubhouse. So I was explaining to everyone last week's Empower Hour wasn't live because I'm actually moving cross country. And I turned my cable, my internet off, and then everything got picked up on the 3rd. So my phone, because we haven't hit 1,000 subscribers yet, I'm not able to stream live on YouTube. Now, you guys, I've asked before for your assistance with this. Right now, we are at 685 the last time I checked. Let's get to 1,000 ASAP, because what that means is no matter where I am, with or without internet, I'll be able to stream live with you guys, okay, on YouTube. So let's get there together, and you can help me get there by sharing the link to videos, and not just sharing it, but inviting your community to subscribe. I know it sounds so simple, but sometimes if you just share it, they won't subscribe. But if you say, hey, this channel is awesome, it touches me, whatever resonates with you, and you invite them to actually subscribe, then more people will. So let's get to 1,000 so that we can be live streaming it wherever we are. Okay. But yeah, so this is the clubhouse. A lot that said I'm being called to walk away from old habits. I choose to let go of old habits and focus on my inner strength. And so it is. Yes, yes, yes. A lot of said, Nahkila, you're so funny. I caught that nut joke. I think you might have been the only one. Oh, it's true though. I mean, that's how I got here. A lot to say, yes, as simple as a T message. My mom said a nut in a good way. Well, I hope it was a good one. Okay, let me stop. Okay, Gloria said, I like that. Let spirit guide me. Yes, why do you do it by yourself? Like, why? Why do we do that? We do not have to walk this alone. And I don't just mean alone, like as far as human beings. I mean, there are a band, an army of angels, an army of guides around us, just waiting for us to give them the okay to intervene on our behalf, right? But when we do, because they can't without your permission, you have free will. They can't just be like, oh no, Gloria is about to jump off that cliff. That's how they have to be. They can't be like, no, Gloria, don't jump, and then grab you. You know, if you walking towards that cliff and you haven't said, catch me if I fall, they just gonna be like, bye, Gloria. You know what I mean? But once you activate your free will and you say, I'm open to receive the guidance. I'm open, guide me, show me the way, intervene on my behalf. They got you. And so when they're guiding you, you may not always understand where that guidance is leading. It's like, how they say, take the step, even if you can't see the staircase. It's like driving on the foggiest day. You may not be able to see much of the road in front of you, but you can see that little stretch of road. You don't stop driving. You keep going and you have faith that there's more road there. It's the same on your journey. It's the same on your journey. Okay, so let's see. Only Dumb says, congrats. How do you feel about moving? I am so excited. I'm so grateful. And what makes it so exciting is because I have completed a karmic cycle. And this cycle has been the most difficult cycle of my life, from the start of it to the end of it, right? And so now I am so grateful because Spirit is leading me to that next chapter. And that next chapter is filled with blessings and abundance in all areas of my life. So this is part of why I've been anxious, because I've been, on this completion of the cycle for such a while now. And now I'm finally ready. I finally passed the test. I finally closed that door, and I'm finally moving into that next phase. So this move is more than just a move, energetically, it's really, really special. And I'm just excited for what's coming. The guides that I'm going to connect with deeper, the ancestors, and just my gifts elevating drastically. These are all messages that I've personally received and readings. And so I'm just so grateful, and really excited to share my elevation by way of more teaching more, serving more, and just how my growth is going to serve you. I'm excited. I'm so excited. Thank you for asking. Let's see. Alatha said, it's the little things that allow me to stay with unwavering faith. When I began to manifest within 24, 48 hours, even a parking spot, yes, I just started believing. Now, of course, manifest huge things. You know what? It's so true. And that's where it starts. I did a video that yesterday, I believe, talking about this, where it starts there, how we don't wait until fear is gone before we move forward. We push through the fear. We move forward in spite of the fear, right? And when you do that, then you'll receive the blessing. And then when you receive the blessing and you overcome that fear, you're like, why was I afraid anyway, right? So each time, don't expect for the fear to be gone. That is not how it happens. Your fear is removed each time you push through in spite of, and when you receive that blessing. And it does start with little things. You guys have all heard the shelf story. The shelf story, how I manifested that single shelf and how I acted like I won the lottery, right? So that's how it works. It starts with little things. And when you can show gratitude for even finding a penny on the ground, if you've just asked to manifest money, like I'm going to tell you, I've been working on some energetic stuff for the 2020 Activating You retreat, because this retreat is all about manifesting. It's all about manifesting, not just abundance in all areas of our lives, but financially too, right? It's about the whole shebang, right? And so I've been working on some new stuff so that when I get there, present, I can say, listen, this works. So literally I did some energy work around money, like winning the lottery. And guess what? I did it in the car right before I went in, and I won 2 out of 3 times. Scratch off. I mean, total, I won $46. 46, was it 46 or 41? I don't know. It was 40 something. But I was grateful. You would have thought I won 46,000. You know what I mean? So this is what I'm saying. It starts with little things. And when we can show Spirit that we're grateful for the little things, then that's when we get the bigger things. Right? Because just like we've talked about, no sin is greater than the other, no blessing is greater than the other. They're all blessings. And when we look at them as such, then Spirit will bless us with more, more. So, and you said, Nahkila, Alicia asked a question. So Alicia, where is your question? Did you do the Oh, you said the payment? Yes, please. So for the $20 mini readings, they are here live. So go ahead and put your question in the comments. Thank you so much. And I'll pull cards for you and answer your question. So yay. So thank you, Cheryl, for pointing that out because I totally missed that. Thank you, you guys. I appreciate you for holding me. You're holding me. I appreciate it. You're holding me accountable. You're holding me in love. You're holding me in light. So let's see. Alata said, yes, Alicia, stay on and ask your question here in the comments. Faye Love said it was. TMI, Mom, TMI. Okay, Gloria says, so excited for you. See all of that for you. I see all of that for you. Yeah, it's amazing. And you know what is, I'm waiting for Alicia's question to come up. But let me just tell you, the thing that I'm looking forward to most is connecting with like the earth out there. Because when I went to visit, and let me tell you about that unwavering faith, you guys. So after the 2018 Activating You retreat, I had set up to travel out there to Tennessee to visit. Now, I wasn't aware that there was an airport in Knoxville. So I actually flew into Nashville, right? It was about two and a half hours away from Knoxville. Took an Uber the whole way. It was pitch dark. I couldn't see anything, right? And so the next day, Spirit asked me, why are you living in fear? Why are you living in fear? Like, this is where you're called to be. And I made my choice to move before I had even really seen the place. You know, I'm from Berkeley, California, born, raised, Bay Area girl, but I've lived in Washington State for 21 years. I moved, I've spent my first 21 years in the Bay, lived my second 21 years here, and now I'm moving, right? And it's so beautiful here in Washington. It is such a beautiful state. And so for me, the beauty of the state, like nature it's important. I was so excited when I saw that it is green there. Now, it's not the evergreen trees, but it's green. They have tons of rivers, the Rocky Mountains, you know what I mean? But that was that unwavering faith. I made my choice before I even saw it. I didn't know what Tennessee had to offer. You know what I mean? I didn't know what it had to offer, but I knew that I was being called there. That was unwavering faith. And then when I made the choice and stepped away from fear, guess what? It was all that I expected and more. And then the more, you know, I would drive around and feel the energy of it, it just felt good. And it felt like my gifts were going to come through. I was going to connect more spiritually, right, as a result of being there. Then I had my chart done, and my career line and my spirit line are all aligned with solidifying that feeling that, yes, this is going to grow me spiritually and business-wise. So I'm excited. I'm excited. So let's see. Alicia, are you still here? If so, let me know what your question is. Let me know what your question is. I don't know if this is delayed or not. And you guys, when you do the $20 mini read, if you don't have a specific question, you can also receive whatever message Spirit has in store for you. So I'm just waiting. Hi, whoever just joined us, welcome. Thank you, Mom. You too. Love you. Someone else just joined us. We are actually at the end of Empower Hour. So if you are led to watch it from the beginning, please do. And if you're interested in a mini read, I'm doing the mini reads for $20. You get to ask a single question, and then you use the PayPal link in the comments, and then I will connect and answer it for you. So Alicia said, thank you, girls. I'm in a transition period, and I'm really trying to figure out what's next for me. What should I be working towards? Well, I'd like to invite you to cancel, delete the word trying, because when you use that word, I'm trying, what your unconscious mind hears is don't do it. So you're literally keeping yourself in that state that you're currently in. You know, I'm choosing, you know, I'm really choosing to figure out what's next for me, right? So let's see, what is next for Alicia? Now, Alicia, I will say straight off top, what I'm being told to tell you is you were one of the ones that we met months and months ago, and the REM group is actually a really good next step for you. But let's go even deeper with this one or no? Okay, both. Okay, let's go even deeper and see what's next. Okay. Okay, so I have a question for you. When you hear songwriting, how do you feel about that? Okay, your first card that came out is walking away. Oh. You also got anxiety. Now, these cards have been shuffled. You guys saw me shuffling them. Okay, Gloria, thank you so much. Okay, so for Alicia, what's the message for Alicia? What I'm being told to tell you, Alicia, is for you, it's also about you walking away from your fears. You've been feeling a lot of anxiety around what you're called to do. And that anxiety is actually paralyzing you. You've been almost running away from your calling. It's like, there's more, there's more you're meant to do, but you're so confused and there's so much chaos that you've kind of become stagnant. Okay, listen, I'm going to tell you how I got it. For those of you that have sensitive ears, please excuse the language. Mom, please cover your ears. But what I heard is blow that shit out. Okay, that's exactly what I heard. And the reason it's coming through, the way it's coming through is like literally blowing it out, like energetically, you're holding on to some things and Spirit is saying, blow it out through your breath. When we breathe, we think in terms of the slow, the deep, but when you breathe, blow it out. Blow it out and allow yourself to bring that energy up, right? You also got Mystic Healer. It says healing energy flows through you. Okay, so let me just go in and see what the message is from the cards. The Spirit just say, you're giving her the message from the cards. Okay. I'm hearing Reiki is about what you're called to do. You have a gift. When you give a massage, people tend to be really impressed. It's because healing energy is already flowing through you. Again, this is not something that's to be taught. It's something that you're to remember. You've also been led astray in the past, where you kind of turned your back on your spiritual journey. And I'm feeling it's coming through in a past life, but there's also a period in this life too. And now you're finding your way again. But as you find your way, there seems to be fog. It's because you're putting too much time and emphasis on who you are to become instead of just allowing yourself to be. It's time for you to join a solid community. It's time for you to serve and be served. And it's time for you to have faith and trust in yourself. I'm also being told to tell you you are a great mother. And during this period of transition or this period of figuring you out, you're still showing up for her. Don't worry about how she's being affected. Just trust and know that through your healing, you're also healing her. And it's coming through like not just her as a child, but her past life self as well. Because what you're doing is you're putting yourself in position to teach her how to heal. And she'll be healing herself in the now and in the past. I'm being told to ask you, how often do you meditate? You're being called right now to meditate at least 3 to 4 times a day. And it doesn't have to be anything that's long or drawn out. It can simply be where you just stop and you deep breathe for a while. You know, chanting is also good for you to begin doing. Binaural beats is good for you right now. I'm also being told to tell you to begin practicing giving readings to others, but it's coming through by way of an energetic scan. You know, so like in Reiki, what you do before you start, you know, when you first start, unless spirit is just guiding you right off the bat in a different way, but you do an energy scan of that person, right? So what I'm being told to tell you is to start practicing that, where you kind of just take your hands and you scan the person's entire body and then just give them whatever you receive. This is going to help you to see how strong and powerful you are as an energy healer, and it'll help you to build your confidence. Okay. Okay. I'm being told to pull one more card for you. Oh, oh, wow. Trust your path, Council of Light. So your trust your path is, if you knew you would be supported, what would you do? What would you do if you knew you'd be supported? In Council of Light, it says divine orchestrations, helpers in subtle realms. So you are being supported right now. You know, everything that spirit is guiding you to do. I'm being told to tell you to get out of your own head, release what you thought you were supposed to do, and just be open to being guided on what you are called to do. Now, part of what you thought you were meant to do, some of it will come back around, but it's almost like puzzle pieces. They're all scattered. And so right now what spirit is doing is giving you avenues to create that clarity so you know the order in which you're called to do it. And the more you get in that space of healing and you transition into remembering who you are, then the less cluttered it'll be. And then you'll realize some of those puzzle pieces actually weren't from this life. Some of them are from past lives and some of them are from future lives. So you'll be able to sort them out and organize them and take action accordingly. So right now with everything being cluttered, it's just kind of difficult to take action because everything is just like a puzzle piece. You can't really see the bigger picture because everything's all laid out and it's layered and it's on top of each other, which is the same thing. It's just everywhere, right? So spirit is saying the first step for you is being able to clear that clutter. And I'm hearing, and yes, the room group is very strong for you. So trust your path. Just trust it. Trust it. Know that you are chosen. Know that this is your path and you can do it. And you won't be led astray. You will be guided through it all. And I'm hearing you really don't have an issue trusting when you get out of your way by way of the clutter. It's not so much the trust for you, it's the clutter. Like you're good at trusting, but it's the clutter. So really what it is sometimes it's difficult for you to even know what you're called to trust because there's so much clutter. But then when you realize or you receive what it is you're to trust, the trust is not the issue, which is amazing because that's a huge component for anybody to move into their destiny, right? So clearing the clutter is good. This is why it's coming through for you to increase your meditation because it'll help with the clutter clearing, okay? So let me know how that resonates for you and with you. And thank you so much for allowing me to serve you, Alicia. So let's see. Gloria said, just any message basically from spirit. Okay. Listen, guys, we have 5 people still on with 5 thumbs ups, 10-10, endings and beginnings. So that's for all of us. We are all ending a cycle. This Lionsgate, we're ending a cycle. And we're being called to allow these new beginnings to come and take form. Pull from this deck for Gloria. Okay. So Gloria, I'm hearing right off the bat that you have a special calling that involves children and also women of color. Okay. So this says, M. Rama, where are you being called to journey to? Okay, I'm being told to take from the bottom. Starseed, what lights you up? So what Spirit is saying is for you to find your passion, What are you passionate about, right? What do you just love doing, right? And that is where you're being called to journey to. So you're being called to pursue your passion. Whatever you've been doing, if it isn't aligned with what brings you joy and what you're passionate about, Spirit is saying it's time for you to now go after your passions. But definitely, definitely being told to tell you that you are being led to, okay, so that one first. You're being led to work with children and women of color. I'm also hearing grandparents that are raising their children, their grandchildren, grandparents that are raising their children, their children's children. Why do I keep saying children? Oh, okay, because for some of them, their grandchildren were their children in a past life. And I'm hearing also special needs. Some of them are raising children with special needs. So you have desert passage. Trust there is a divine plan. So what Spirit is saying is it's not enough to know that you're here for a divine purpose, but you're being called to actually trust that. So you were called to this earth to fulfill a certain destiny, like the message that Alatha shared with us. So know that you're capable. And what I'm hearing is not just your life experiences that make you capable, it's also your love. You know what I mean? It's your love. As light workers, we all tend to have a greater capacity of love within our souls that we give to the world. But it's like the way you love, it feels nurturing. It feels like, before that whole mess happened with Paula Deen, I would watch her cooking show. And it was like, she was just like that person that you were like, oh my goodness, I wish she was like my auntie or my cousin or my sister or something in my family. So I could go sit at her house and, eat her food. Like you have that about you where when people meet you, they just feel connected to you and they feel like, man, this feels like home. Man, this feels like family, right? And so that degree of love, and I have chills right now, that degree of love, it breaks down walls, it breaks down barriers. So whatever message that Spirit gives you to deliver to these people you're called to serve, they're going to feel it on a much deeper level because they feel the love of a parent, of a mother, of a grandmother, of an aunt, of a sister, right? And so you're being called to really explore that part of you, Let's see. Okay, so Alicia said, thank you. It's so on point. Your message yesterday about the fog, the clutter, getting out of my head, meditating more. Thank you. I am so glad I joined today. The message really resonated with me today, and the reading at the end topped it off. Thank you so, so much. I'm so grateful. Thank you for allowing me to serve you. Okay, so Gloria, you got grace and gratitude. Through gratitude, joy expands. So what I'm being told to tell you is when you are around the people that you serve, it actually fills your spirit and fills your soul. It fills you up with so much joy, right? And in those moments, you feel like you're in your purpose, right? You feel like you're in your purpose. And this also helps you to expand and to serve on a deeper level. I can't really put into words because it's coming through more as a feeling of the important role that you play in the lives of these children and these women, these. And although I heard grandparents, it's really coming through more as women and more as like older women. Now you will serve some younger women too. It's not to say cut them off, but I am feeling that it's children and it's grandparents raising their grandchildren. Programs and community centers. I'm also hearing adventures in the park. Meals, also putting together ways to donate meals, things like that. It says discovering truth. You stand in the light of truth. So, okay, so part of what I'm hearing is part of this discovering truth and you standing in the light of truth. It is you helping these children to understand that they are loved, they are special. And just because their parents aren't raising them, because for whatever reason, I'm hearing, yes, some of the parents may have passed away. Some of the parents are drug addicted. and are still alive, physically. And so the children that are experiencing that, they experience that feeling of abandonment on a much deeper level than the children whose parents may have passed away, right? And you're also teaching those that are raising them. And as I'm saying, those that are raising them, I'm hearing sometimes it will be aunts too, but really grandparents are coming through even stronger. You'll be teaching them how to instill that love and that belief of worthiness, and help the children to overcome the trauma that they've experienced as a result of the abandonment that they're experiencing. So I'm being told to pull from the top of this deck, walking away. This card is coming up for us collectively and for the 2 personal readings, walking away. What is the message here for Gloria? I just heard it's time for you to walk away from limiting beliefs. Nonprofit organization. Start a nonprofit organization and make this your focus. Okay, I heard, okay, that's it. So that is your message today, Gloria. Gloria said, I am crying. I founded a 501c3 organization, House of Faith. Oh my goodness. You're about to make me cry. That's so amazing. And look behind me. There's a child behind me. So yeah, Spirit, I don't know why I'm getting emotional. But yeah, thank you for all the amazing work that you're doing. Amazing work that you're going to continue to do. And look, that is no coincidence. Look behind me. No coincidence is there, right? So, yeah, what it is our children are definitely our future. And if we can utilize our healing and our gift of awakening to help the children to grow in their light, where they don't have to wait until, when we waited until we were older and we healed from things and we, developed our gifts later in life. But if we can teach them and help them like right now while they're still children, imagine where they'll be. Imagine where they'll be. And there are light workers who are being raised by parents that have embraced their light, and are living in the light, right? But what about those children that don't have their parents, And oftentimes grandparents are, and I'm doing a really general overall thing, right? But sometimes people that are older that haven't embraced their light, they're so stuck in their ways, right? And it takes someone that can speak their language and speak in a way that resonates. And when I say it takes someone that speaks their language, I don't mean age-wise, because it doesn't matter how old they are, but someone that spirit is guiding to speak to them in a way that touches their soul, right? So that they can break away from all the years and years of programming that they've become accustomed to, so that these light workers in their care can flourish and flourish in their light. So, yeah. Alaka said, wow, that's so awesome. I'm so happy for the both of you. Gloria said, looking forward working with you more one-on-one. Awesome. I am too. Only Diamond said, I'm so happy for you, Gloria. And Diamond, who is Isis LLC, gave you a lot of hearts, the 11 light hearts. So that is the message for you. Thank you for the work that you do and for showing up and allowing spirit to guide you. Is there anyone else that's interested in a personal mini read today? Go ahead and click the PayPal link. They're $20 and let me know that you've paid by putting your question in the comments. That was so cute though. Like the little girl was just sitting behind me when that message came through. That's so, spirit is so amazing, you guys. Spirit is so amazing. We are so blessed. We are all so blessed to be in this period of awakening. Sometimes when I'm driving down the street, I will, oftentimes, let me tell you what I do oftentimes. So if I'm in like an airport or places with lots of energy, oftentimes what I'll do is I hum, right? I'm humming like a little happy tune in my mind. And this helps me personally, and test it out, see if it helps you. But it helps me to not be picking up on everybody's energy, right? It helps me to not do that, because there's been times I've been in the airport and I'll be looking at someone too long and I'll start receiving things about that person. This is a real specific time that it happened and I didn't really like what I was receiving. And it wasn't a purpose in me receiving it. It was just, I was receiving it and spirit, there's no purpose in this. Like, tune out, so the humming helps me to tune out. But what was I going with that? Totally forgot. Maybe the purpose was just to share with you guys the humming so you can do it to help protect your energy. Okay, we're just going to go with that. If it was meant for me to continue, Spirit, bring it back. Thank you. Hi, Daryl. Welcome. Thank you for joining. Cheryl said, Nahkila, be on point. Well, thank you. I am such a vessel and I am so grateful to be used, but I'm so grateful that Spirit has chosen me to be this vessel, and I'm grateful that I agreed to it. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm still like, what was that message that was coming through? I don't know. The humming, practice it, see how it works to help you tune out energies that are around you when you're out in public. It works for me. I'm just going to let it be. When things are like right on the tip of your tongue and you're like, it's right there. It's right there. I know there was a message. I was going somewhere with it. It came and it went. So, oh well. But yeah, the humming works. Oh, well, here was just the second layer. So yesterday, right, I was doing readings for the general readings for the signs, right? And so with Leo, because what I was explaining was Spirit guided me to do it in a different way. Usually what I'll do is I'll just pull the cards, I'll get the message, I deliver it, and then I determine the title of the video after. So yesterday, Spirit said, write all the signs down and write titles down for each video, and then just deliver the message and then pull a card at the end to wrap it up, right? And so I did that. But when I was looking at my book with Leos, I thought I was done for the day, and I just started receiving messages. So I'm like, okay, wait. Just wait, hold on. Let me go ahead and set everything up. I'm going to go ahead and deliver it because the message was just coming through, right? So sometimes that happens, and I still don't know where I'm going with it, but sometimes that happens. So one of the ways you can stop that from happening, if you're in a large crowd, and Spirit will let you know, just set the intention that you will receive when it serves your highest good and the highest good of those you're called to serve, and you'll know when that is. So like when I'm receiving things like that, it's not because like I'm being called to like serve in any way. It's just like sensory overload, right? So if you're experiencing sensory overload, you can, again, do the humming. You can do the dial where you're turning it down and up. You can do the open or close sign. If it's a sign that's lit up and it's open, you're letting your guides know that that's when you're open to receive. Again, always setting the intention, unless like if it's an emergency situation, I'm totally open to receive an emergency situation. But just on a day-to-day, I've set those energetic boundaries so that I'm not just walking around always in a different realm, like we're being called down to earth from time to time. Okay. Cheryl said I'm speechless. Oh, thank you, Cheryl. I adore you. You guys are amazing. You truly are. You truly are. So look, and now we're again at 5 people on and 5 thumbs ups. We're again at that 10-10. It had went up with the people that were on, but Spirit is again just reminding us of those end beginnings. So is there anyone else that would like a personal mini reading? Let me know, and I'll stay on a little bit longer to give you an opportunity to click the PayPal link. They're $20. So if you are interested in your personal mini read, go ahead and let me know that you're going over to PayPal, and then I'll wait for you to put your question in. Okay, which deck? Okay. I'm being told to pull a card for us again, collectively, from 2 decks. Both? Oh, all of those? Oh, well, all right then. Okay, I guess. We will go with that then. And I'm also being told to pull from this deck too. This is like a whole extended Empower Hour. I mean, we've already got 4. Oh, did you guys see that jump out? We've already got 4 extra cards, and this is a 5th, okay? So this one came in sideways. Now, when it's in reverse, Spirit is saying that indicates a block of some sort. It's an area you're being called to work on, release, heal, right? And, you know, what I've come to know from Spirit is when it's sideways, it's because it's kind of like up in the air. You can make it go any way you choose, right? It's not quite up, but it's not quite down. It's just kind of like, what are you doing? Where are you going with this? And I'm being told to do this one first. Keep an open mind. It says your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. So when I was led to pull from this deck, what Spirit told me is this isn't about love for another person. This is about you and your journey. So what Spirit is saying this is in relation to is your path, your journey, your calling. Keep an open mind, because what you're called to do may differ from what you think it is, right? What you thought it was, or what you feel it is, or what it should be, it may not be that. So Spirit is saying to get out of your head, release your desire to control the situation, and to allow yourself to be guided. We've talked about this before. When you are allowing Spirit to guide you, you are actually more in control, because that guidance is based on what your soul agreed to before it was tainted with trauma and life's experiences, right? So what we got is 7th chakra, Archangel Uriel. Spirit is calling for you to be more deeply connected with the divine source of highest light and love, to first of all, accept that you have psychic gifts and allow them to be accessed. Give yourself permission to access them. You also got man holding a coin. Now, for those of you that are worried about finances, what Spirit is saying is the quicker you connect to the divine, the quicker you allow yourself to be guided, the quicker you take action, your finances will improve, right? Because you're blessed for doing good deeds. And what better deed than healing yourself, doing good for yourself, right? And if, you know, some people, I know someone years ago when I was working at the furniture store, right? I know someone who literally took a sabbatical and decided to live in a tree. Like literally just was like, I'm just going to live in the wilderness, right? That was their choice. So for them, they were cool with that. For some of us, we'd like to be able to go live in the trees, but we also like to be able to come home to a nice cushiony bed in a nice place, right? So whatever your version of that abundance is, Spirit is saying that you will be blessed with all that you desire and deserve. Now, we also got adjacent possibilities. So Spirit is saying that the possibilities are endless. They are limitless, right? The only time, look at that, those doors that are closed, they were shut by you, right? And the ones that are open, they were open already. Like they're open already, right? Spirit has opened the doors for you. When you are born with nothing but open doors, open windows, open pathways, right? Now, when they get shut, it's because you've shut them. So Spirit is saying, stop shutting those doors and those windows and leave them open. You know, stop limiting your ability to create. Stop limiting your ability to receive. Whatever way you're limiting it, stop it, you know, stop it now. And then you also got man holding a heart. Okay, so I'm hearing 2 things. For some of you, your heart and soul isn't in it. And for some of you, your heart and soul is in it. But those of you, I'm hearing there's also a third message. Some of you, your heart and soul is displaced. So you are dedicating your energy in a place that does not serve your highest good. And this is coming through as love for some of you. Like it's time for you to let it go and walk away. It's time for you to, again, allow these possibilities to open, because that relationship has run its course. This is not for everybody. For those of you that it's for, you'll know who you are. And it's not even just love in the sense of a significant other for some of you. Some of you, it's a friendship. Some of you, it's a family member you're being called to love at a distance, right? So let's see what you all are saying. Hey, Tia Lynn, you did. It's okay. Watch the replay. Oh, thank you, Cheryl. Let's see. Kalata said, hey, Tia Lynn. So, man, maybe that's why we were led to have a whole nother mini Empower Hour, because Tia Lynn just joined us. So I just left the PayPal link. If there's anyone else that is interested in a mini reading, let me know. Let me know. How are you doing today, Tia Lynn? In this lighting, you guys can really see my freckles. My niece is so cute. She's like, I like your freckles. I'm like, I like yours, because her freckles, they kind of go down like this and they go around like, they're so cute. She's adorable to me. Rachel, I don't know if you're still on, but I showed her Shell and she's like, she's so pretty. She's so pretty. She's like, I wish I could look like her when I grow up. I'm like, you're beautiful too. She's like, no, but she's more beautiful. And I'm like, you're beautiful too. How about you look like you when you grow up? It was the cutest thing. So for those of you that are joining for the first time, Mama Rachel is actually my aunt, right? But my niece, my brother and I, we share a mom and we don't share a father. And so Rochelle Nicole, I'm telling you her full name so you guys can look her up on Instagram and even here on YouTube. She is an up and coming artist. And so I was showing my niece, who is my brother's daughter, her Instagram, and I was letting her hear her song, and she's like, oh my gosh, she's so pretty. It was the cutest thing. But yeah. So, and also check out Tokyo Rockstar too. He's on Instagram. That's my son. He's also an up and coming artist. Him and Rochelle Nicole are just a few days apart. I've told you guys a story about how my Aunt Rachel and I, her and my Uncle Craig, took me to Disneyland with them, and we were both pregnant. Rochelle is my aunt's youngest child. And Asim, Tokyo Rockstar, is my oldest, right? They'll both be 23 this year. I can't believe it. But anyways, so we were getting on these rides, and I was so nervous, so scared. Like, are we going to give them shaken baby syndrome before they're even a full baby? My aunt's like, they'll be fine. So we were on roller coasters pregnant. Now, I wouldn't recommend it, but our kids came out crazy as us, and they both came out as awesome musicians. So I keep telling my son, I'm like, you know what will be so awesome? Because his message is really in alignment with the message that I deliver. I'm so proud of him embracing that aspect of him. As he calls his group the Hidden Society. He really caters to the people that feel like outcasts. And it's just, I'm so proud. I can't say it enough. But anyways, I'm like, it would be so awesome if you would like create a song that talks about the things that I teach. And then that way, when I do like workshops or conferences, this can be the song that plays, and so I'm still talking to him about it. I have a feeling that he's going to do it. But yeah. Diamond said it's break time, so I'm going to go do my quick meditation. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you, Spirit and Nahkila. Love y'all. I love you too, and thank you for joining. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day. I can't wait to get those Akashic records. So let's see. Do you guys have anyone else that is interested in a mini reading? If not, I will be wrapping it up. Just going to wait to see what you all are saying to let me know if you are. Okay, I'm being told pull one more card, but just go to the middle of the deck. Right there. It says, Anna, grandmother of Jesus, seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plan. Okay, so what I just heard was you have been seeding the light for many lifetimes. What I heard was centuries and many lifetimes. You know what's really coming through? I just had to look at that one because I noticed the mermaid, but it's not a message for us. I was just, I love mermaids. Okay, what Spirit is saying with this card, look at it. You know how we were talking about we are the divine having a human experience? What Spirit is saying is like, that is her nurturing and caring for versions of her, seeding herself, developing herself. And we've talked about how we're all one, and this is a message that's kind of come up before, but it's talking about that self-love component. The reason why I love you so much is because I love me, right? I love me so much. And I love me the way I love the divine. And I love you the way I love me. Therefore, I love you the way I love the divine. And I love us how the divine loves us, right? It's like this cycle of self-love. If we didn't love ourselves, it makes it more difficult to love and accept others. So Spirit is saying that, as we grow in the light, one of the things that we are called to do is to release judgment, not just of self, but of others. We've all been guilty of it in some way, shape, or form. And I'm going to say this because I'm being told to. We're even called to love the people that hate us just because we're us. Now, that can be taken anyway. It can be taken because we're light workers. It can be taken because we're Black, we're white, we're Asian, we're brown, we're yellow, we're blue, we're purple, we're aliens. You know what I mean? It could be anything. We're being called to love those that traumatized us. We're being called to love those that are doing harm to the universe. We're just being called to be in that space of love and to release judgment, right? Noticing that they are too an aspect of us, and how can we nurture and love them? It's not to say that we're being called to nurture and love them front and center, right? But sometimes that's from a distance. Sometimes it's just sending that healing and that loving energy collectively, to those sorts of versions of us, right? But we're being called to love, and it starts with self. So when you love yourself, when you truly love yourself, then you know that you're worthy, right? You know that you're worthy. And in order to love yourself, you must first know yourself. So right now, you're being called to get to know you. Get to know you. And yes, it's at the lowest level of getting to know you, which is, who are you outside of being a mom or a dad or a husband or a wife or a brother, sister, daughter, son? You know what I mean? Who are you? Like, let's start there from this 3D. Who are you? What do you enjoy doing independently of anyone else? Who are you? Right? But then it also rises up to another level. Who are you in the 5D, right? Who are you? Who are you? Who is the divine to you? Who is God to you, right? Who is the universe to you? What is God? What is the divine? What is the universe to you, right? That too is a version of you. So to love you, you must first know you, right? And when you love you love everything outside of you, because everything outside of you is a reflection of what's within you. Okay? So that's that message. Oh, you're so welcome, Alaka. Thank you for sharing yours and for sharing the tea message. TLN said, I'm doing well, just cleaning up. I moved into a new room in the house. I'm staying. It's purple. Awesome. Purple. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So yeah, we're still at 5 and 5, you guys. 10 and 10. Or wait, 10. 10, 10. So yeah, let's see. What time is it? It's 12:26. Look that number up, you guys, 12:26, and see what that message is for you. And also look up 10, 10, 10. Look that up and see. Let me see what happens when I do this. Oh, they're emojis. You guys, you know what? You know how I always end everything that I share with you with my little heart? I use that heart because it's the love and light heart. But let me see. Is it even on here? So when I'm ending everything in that, it's me sending you love and light without saying love and light, But oftentimes, if you see me reply and it doesn't have it, it's because I'm on my computer and that emoji's not available. Hey, look, it's available. I don't know if I don't believe it's available though when we're not live. Oh, that's so awesome. I'm excited now. Yay. I'm sending you all so much love and light. Discover something new all the time. So, and guess what? I'm going to send you some peace. And I'm going to send you some Om. This is amazing. And look, some balance, embracing the duality of it all. and some sunshine, reminding us how we are all extensions of the divine, different but equal, different purposes and roles, but equally as important and valuable. So, yeah. Okay, so this is my last time. You are so welcome, Cheryl. Thank you for always showing up and all the love and support. I hate you. So this is my last time. I am going to post the link. And if you are interested in a mini read, let me know. And then we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. You know what, you guys, I realized that I left a lot of stuff out. So I was sharing with you all how I bought a new sectional. It wouldn't even fit in my pod. So I'm going to be checking my salesman, who actually used to be, when I was managing at a furniture store, he was actually a part of my sales team. And I go see him for everything. So if you guys are local and you're shopping at More Furniture, ask for Eduardo or Ed. They'll know who he is. He's amazing. But, you know, it's funny because I told him, I was like, I'm a master manifester, because it wasn't due to come in until September, right? I actually got it delivered on the 29th of last month, but it wouldn't fit in the pod. So I had to return it. And I was like, well, I guess that just means that there's something better waiting on me on the other side. But I told my mom, I said I was manifesting the delivery. I didn't say I was manifesting it fitting. So this is a part of the example of why when we're manifesting, we're called to be extremely clear and specific. You know, let's manifest that it gets here. How about let's manifest that it goes with us where we're going to? So, yeah. And I actually, you know, what was amazing, I was online and I was looking at furniture stores out there, and I actually found a sectional that I like. Not as much as that one. I'm just going to tell you, not as much. And as I'm saying that, I'll probably find something else, so I'm not settling. But it was like more than half less than what this one was here. You know, my thing was when you go down south, like the styles are so different, you know, the styles are just different. When the owners of the furniture store I worked at, when they first came here, they were from Texas, and they were ordering inventory that sold in Texas, and it just wasn't selling here. And we kept telling them, like, listen, this is not what the West Coast is into. You know, you got to switch it up and get aligned with what people like here. And so that was my thing. I know that the styles are so different, and I was just like, I'm not chancing it. But Spirit is letting me know we got you, and everything in your life serves your highest good. So, but I'm going to call him to see what's going on. I'm running out of time here, Guy. Are they delivering this week, or am I hiring Dolly to bring it back? So a lot that said, be extremely clear and specific about what you are manifesting. And so it is. And so it is. And so it is. Because Spirit will bring you what you ask for, but how it shows up, or all the details of it showing up, may not be. The universe is not reading your mind, you know? I mean, I know that sounds weird because we know that the divine is all knowing, but it's all about free will, you know? Same connection, free will. Well, anyways, you guys, thank you so, so much. If you haven't already, gave this video a thumbs up, and if it resonated on any level, please go ahead and do so. And also, if this resonated, please copy the link, share it with your community on social media, and ask them to subscribe to the channel, okay? My goal is for us to reach 1,000 subscribers by, let's see, we are in August, by October, okay? Oh, and one more thing. Speaking of October, I announced to RIM that I will be hosting a level 1 Reiki class, okay? So those of you that are being led towards energy healing, that have been called to practice Reiki, I will be offering the very first class. So if you're interested in that, let me know so I can share those links with you. I'll be offering a weekday class and a weekend class. So I'm really, really excited. So RIM had first dibs on signing up because I'm only opening the class to 10 people. Spirit said that's a healthy number. So total, there will be 10 openings, but it's 10 for the weekday, 10 for the weekend, okay? So far, a lot that has secured her spot, so I'm super excited about that. But if you're interested, let me know. And we still have the 2020 Activating You Retreat. We've still got like 2 slots left. So if you're interested in getting your manifestation on a much deeper level, join us. So looking forward to serving you. So grateful. I leave you with peace, love, bliss, and abundance. I'll talk to you soon.